Good afternoon, friends. I'm Judy, and I'm glad to be with you today. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a present, and it's a gift from God. I have a wonderful, interesting gentleman with me today. He has great information, and you will love him as much as I love him. Let me introduce my guest, John Kinsinger. Welcome, John. Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you.
The show is all yours.
Well, I was born in Newcastle, Indiana, and Wilmington College brought me to Ohio. I have 3 children. They all live within 40 miles of me here, and it's nice. They're not on my doorstep, and I'm not on theirs. And I have 5 granddaughters, 3 grandsons, and 6 great-grandsons.
Wow.
And they all have interesting jobs and locations, and I'm happy that they're all doing well.
That is great news. Thank you. And how long have you lived at Otterbein?
I'm 19 years plus, and in those years I've seen a lot of changes. 3 apartment buildings, several houses, the completion of Morningside patio homes, and swimming pool and gym, and just many interesting things.
Amazing.
Amazing,
in that short,
right.
18 years or 19?
19
That's
years.
a lot to go on in that time period.
Well, there's not many of us men folks have that longevity here on campus. Now there's some that are older, but they haven't lived on 19 years here, but there's a couple of us.
Where do you live?
I live on Condo Court, one of the cottages right across from the daycare, and I'm the last house on campus going north.
I know where it is. I pass it often.
Thank you. Yeah, we have a lot of fun on our street. I've seen many move-ins, and it's been nice to have such good neighbors.
Wonderful. Now I know you're a good neighbor also.
Well, we have a lot of fun, and our court meetings we have a lot of enjoyment as well.
Good. So what are your passions? I know you have lots, but tell us a couple.
Well, I enjoy all of the amenities here on campus. I like the swimming pool, and I like the pickleball and bocce ball and shuffleboard and those types of things. I'm not a very good golfer, so I don't participate in golf, but I drive the shuttle, and I help people to the doctors when they need to go that can't drive, and I just enjoy being busy.
That's what I do too,
Yeah.
and I think that's a great thing.
It's wonderful. Right?
That's probably why you stay in such good health.
Well, thank you. I try to eat properly and exercise and do the things that I should be doing.
And ride your bike.
I
He
ride
has a
my
bike.
scooter.
Scooter, I beg your
Yeah.
pardon.
I have a Penny Farley, one of the big high wheels that I rode in the 4th of July parades, but in 1959 or 2009, they told me I can't ride it anymore.
Why?
Well, the only way I can get off is go into the grass and fall off.
I don't think they want you to do
So
that.
they said, no more high wheeler, and I used to ride it all over campus, and it was a lot of joy.
I would like to have seen that. Not you falling off. So what about your next passion? Do you have another one? I think you do.
Well, I like to work in the wood shop with my hands, and somehow they buttonhole me to teach basket classes. When I was thinking about retiring, I needed to have a hobby that could be of interest to me. And by changing occupations, why I was scheduled to lose a lot of my Social Security. So I knew I couldn't restore antique cars or fly airplanes, so I took up basket weaving. And I took some classes in basket weaving and chair caning, and I liked the basket weaving better, and so that has been a wonderful hobby for me. And when we moved in here, as we were putting up our home decorations, one of the neighbors said to us as we were hanging some of our baskets, "Where did you get your baskets?" And the wife says, "Oh, we make them. Can you teach us how?" So in 2006, in my garage, Metal Art Court, with their 8 people, made the first baskets. And somehow the word got out, and I've been doing it ever since. And I just do it in the wintertime. So much in the summer months, there's activities, and in the fall we have Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas, so we start our classes in January.
Very good.
And last year I had more than 35 basket makers in 3 different classes.
And who haven't you had in that yet?
Right.
He hasn't talked me into it yet. I'm a little busy, but I'll get to it.
Well, don't wait too long, because my days are kind of numbered, you know.
Oh, mine are too. Would you like to show us some of your baskets?
Well, yes.
Are you ready for that? You may put them up here if you want. Isn't that gorgeous? There's a story.
I have 5 granddaughters, and for their wedding gift, I made each of them this picnic basket, and I have one granddaughter that's not married, so that's what they receive for a wedding present, and they've enjoyed it and take it to their picnics and so forth.
It's beautiful. It's
so
beautiful.
forth and so on.
I'll set this down here so you can put another one up there. That's interesting. That looks hard. Oh, that's interesting too.
These 2 baskets I'm entering in the Olympics up at St. Mary's this September. This has a sewing basket.
Oh, nice.
And it's a little difficult to make. The hardest part is to get the lid to fit on properly. And I have a mistake in every basket I make. And I tell my students that that's customary. No one knows it but you. And so each basket has a mistake. And
you going to show us one?
I'm not going to tell you where it's at.
No, I'm kidding you.
And this is a welcoming basket for
is gorgeous.
For people that are moving in or something. And this is 2 baskets in one. And so that is an interesting basket. And I work from a menu. The menus are what we go by. People think of them as a pattern, but a menu will determine the number of materials you'll need, the steps to make it, and so I go by menus that you can purchase online, or you can sometimes get some free. So these are...
Could you use that for a wine?
You could do that. That's what you're supposed to...
Is that what you're supposed to
Yeah, you're supposed to put a wine bottle in there.
Where's our wine bottle, John?
Well, I'm sorry. Somebody over on Swallow drank all my wine.
Who was that?
I wouldn't know. Her initials are Judy Zimmerman.
It was good wine.
This winter is going to be this basket.
I love this one. Look at the red.
This is our winter basket that's coming up, and it has several different steps. It has a complete solid bottom, and then it has the shaker straps that you can use it, and you can use it for all the things.
And I noticed on the bottom, do you sign and number them?
Each
Like the longer burger baskets used to?
Each basket that a basket maker makes will put his initials or name and the date.
Great.
And so if you pick up a basket and don't see a name or initial, you know it probably came from one of the foreign countries where they make them. In fact,
that's beautiful.
Baskets that you can buy at Walmart and Target and so forth are cheaper than the materials that I can buy. And I buy my materials from a supplier in South Carolina, and of course they come all the way from China or Indonesia in that area. And I use reed, and you can make baskets out of most any pliable material, straw, vines, very thin wood. And this one here, I went and picked up pine needles.
Oh, wow.
And you lace the pine needles together, and that's a pine needle basket.
That's hard to believe.
And that's not a beginner basket. That takes a lot of time. And you can buy the longer needles in Florida and southern states, but I didn't do that. I just picked up the little pine needles here, and you tie them together, and then you weave them into as a basket.
Well, you know that's out of my range.
Well,
matter of fact, all these look like they're out of my range.
One of my granddaughters teaches special ed students, and for the last 4 years, she's asked me to come as their final project before the school recess for the summer. And this year, this was the basket that they made. I have to help with them quite a bit, and they're from the 8th grade up through 12th grade. And they enjoy it, and that's one thing that they can say.
Very light.
Yeah, that's one thing they can say, gee, this is what I made.
Yes.
Whereas the other students in school, they can't make them, and so.
They could take that home and maybe put napkins in it.
Yes, that's just
that's
some old
beautiful.
purpose.
That's a great idea.
Right.
Oh, I could have reached that for you.
This were the 2 baskets we just finished up this year.
Oh, that's cute.
That's a Kleenex basket, and you can put your Kleenex in. And if you have a Kleenex that doesn't have your top opening, you can turn it and put it this way.
Oh.
So you can do it either way.
That is good, because we all have Kleenex, don't we?
Yes.
So that would be a nice way to display our Kleenex.
Right, and you can, and they make nice gifts for people.
Really?
And
I noticed they're all different colors. This one's kind of a purple.
Right, and I don't buy colors. I take and buy Ritz dye, take the reed, and dye it myself.
Okay.
And this has not been stained. And these baskets here are stained from walnuts. I take the hulls in the fall of the year and put them in water and steep them. Then I drain the hulls off, and then I dilute the water till the color that I like.
That's amazing.
And so it's a fun process.
You do a lot to
You
this.
can buy all this stuff, but I need time to do things, so that's what I do so much in my time.
Well, this is a cool idea, the Kleenex box.
And this was the other basket that we made last winter. And I have a lot of joy of seeing people get them accomplished. And I have one rule, excuse me, I have one rule: no unfinished baskets. And if they are unfinished, I go to their house or ask them to come back and finish them up. But we don't have any unfinished baskets.
That's a good rule.
Well,
that's a good rule.
and
They could put yarn in that.
anything you
That'd
want.
make a great yarn
Now,
basket.
I did buy these handles, whereas these are made handles. So you can do different things with them. And it's been a wonderful hobby for me. It's rather inexpensive. It doesn't take up a lot of room, minimal amount of tools, and so it's just a lot of fun.
Now, in your home, what are you using some of your baskets for?
Well, what I do, I make a basket ahead of time to show them what we're going to do. Like, for instance, I'll say, now, when they come to the first class, this is a basket. Then I make a basket right in front of them, step by step. Step 1, we do this. They go back to their bench and do it. Step 2, step 3. So each class, I have one basket I made and one basket I'm making. So I have a lot of different baskets, and I sell some of them.
I was going to ask you that. I'd like to
sell
buy
some
one.
of them, and of course, you never get out what they're really worth. But anyway, I sell some.
Good.
I give a lot of them away for gifts and so forth.
Sure,
If
sure.
I'm traveling, if I want to give a hostess gift, that's what I usually do.
Well, I think that's great. I love them all. Can we put a few more back up just to look at?
Oh,
I love
sure.
this one here is interesting. And this one's colorful. That one especially.
Yeah, that takes a lot of time
Ooh,
because
did
that's.
anybody ever make this besides you?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, not here on campus, but yeah, a lot of people make dual baskets, and this is a basket inside of a basket.
Yes.
And what you do, you make your inside basket, then you do the outside basket, and then it's.
So when are you starting your next class?
It'll be
approximately?
probably the 3rd week of January.
And
I
they
always
should
wait
sign
till
up
after.
ahead of time.
Yeah, oh yeah, there'll be a notice in the echoes, and people will start as they finish up last year's. Sign me up for class, and I probably have a full class before I even start. But
What do the classes cost?
it depends on the basket. This will probably cost about $15, $10 to $15. What I do, I order the materials, and I divide that by the number of people. So if is $100 worth of material, and if I have 50 people, then I divide 50 into 100, and that's what I charge people.
I see. That makes it fair.
Well,
You're paying
and-
for the materials.
Right, rather than have a fixed class fee, I just do it that way, and that way they know how much it costs and so forth. And the materials are rather inexpensive. When I first started 35 years ago, reed comes in pound coils. It was about $3.50. That same coil today is $17.
Wow.
So it has, and part of it is the shipping and that sort of thing from the outside.
Well, I've been very interested, even though I haven't taken a class, but I have friends that have taken them, and I'm glad you were able to talk more about it. And so if anybody's interested in a basket class, they should call Creative Arts and sign up.
Yeah, but
Even early.
don't call right now because I don't have my roster ready
Oh,
yet.
okay. Okay.
But yeah, we have. Well, when I first started, we only did it 1 day a week, and now I'm up to 3 days a week. And I also allow some of the partners and people that have friends want to come in our partners class. They're welcome.
Okay.
So I like to share my talent, and I'm not a professional. I'm just an amateur. And
Well, they look very professional to me.
well, like I said, every basket has a mistake somewhere down the line, and that's A-okay.
That's Janice said to me, an artist is never completely satisfied with their work.
That's true.
And
that's
that is true. We always think we could do this different, but we don't tell anybody.
No,
We
no,
just
no.
keep it to ourselves.
No. Well, I have enjoyed all the amenities here, and I've seen some when we first came, a few, and now with the program staff that we have so much to do, and there's so much talent here on campus.
Absolutely.
And you don't need to hire anybody out to do things. Why, just look around, there's somebody can answer your problem. So.
And quite a few, as you know, too, are volunteers.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if you have a problem, they're volunteers and they'll come and help you.
Right.
The shuttle drivers are invaluable.
Yeah, and the friendship that we have is just unbelievable.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
And even though things that you'd like to change, the value is much better. And I enjoy the swimming and other activities, and I just never home. I'm always gone.
I know. I call him early if I want to reach him, and then he's not home.
Right.
But we have a little time. Would you like to talk maybe about this? You're helping Kevin learn the sound system, or is there something else you'd rather talk about?
Well, when they asked me if I would help with the console before Kevin came, I said, well, I'm not a very good technician. You just need a button pusher to volume and so forth and so on. I said, well, I'll give it a try. And so I've been learning how to push the button either up or down. But,
are you doing good on that?
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, he showed me one time, and I thought, I can't learn this.
Well,
John does a wonderful job. He does a wonderful job.
I'm sure everything
Don't let
he
him
does
tell
is
you
wonderful.
otherwise.
well, Kevin is worth $1 million to us, because when we were trying to do it by ourselves, we had it so messed up. But it's nice that I can help once in a while, and I enjoy volunteering whenever a need is needed, and Kevin calls me the oldest teenager on campus.
I agree
That's exactly
with that.
right. That's
Yes,
exactly right.
That's a good title.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
But I enjoy my scooter, and I should walk a little bit more, but I try to be part of the association here and take part, and I try to do my part to make it friendly.
Well, John, we love you, and we know you do a lot. Not just the baskets, everything. You're shuttle driving on Sunday morning, and everything you do is very valuable, and we really appreciate you.
Well, thank you, and I enjoy people.
Would you like to say goodbye to our viewing audience?
Goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye, everybody. See you another time. Thank you. That was
hope I
great.
didn't-
This was what I wanted to see.
Okay, I hope I didn't.
You did perfect.